Content warning. Please read the screen. Thank you. Hi.
Hello, gay people.
Hello, gays. Haha. We're back
Ho
with
ho ho
more.
ho ho.
We're back with more.
Yes.
Last episode. The wolf was sus of us, and
Yes.
we are sus of it. I don't know.
We're sus of ourselves.
Yes. I'm here, joined by Will.
Hello, my name is Will from Hit's channel of Wilted Petals.
I wouldn't call it hit.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Damn. Fake fan. Friend. I mean,
No.
shit. I'm gonna
No.
kill myself.
No. Uh, anyway, back to the end. I wonder if I'm gonna talk to myself a lot now.
You are.
Wow. Just I read this. Was that a? What is that werewolf after? Why would he take care of me? And what's with the interrogation? I'm not a real lion man thing. I want to be honest, but I don't even know what he expects me to say. He's not happy with how evasive I'm being, but it's not like he was explaining himself at all much better. That much better. And now I have to sit here and wait for him to come back. No. What the hell am I thinking? I can't stay here. Without my phone to call for help, my only option is to find my way back through the cave ASAP. I laid down and grabbed my shoes. I can only hope that Wolf won't be coming back anytime soon. Come on, get in there! Damn it! Why did my toes have to get so big? Big toes, big feet. Haha.
Deep.
I can kind of relate.
Why the fuck did I say that?
I can kind of relate because my feet are big. Bigger than my dad's.
What size?
What do you measure?
The European one?
It's like my feet are like 46, 47, give or take.
Oh my god, the same.
Oh my god. No. My new feet have gone up a few sizes, making it impossible to get my shoes on. I really don't want to go out barefoot, but I can't even get my toes in properly. Stupid claws, stupid toe beans. Hmm.
Hmm.
Can I even call them toes anymore? They're as big as potatoes now. What kind of potatoes do you have? Or what kind of toes are. I'm used to big potatoes. Stupid potatoes, toes.
Potatoes. Ha 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 ha.
After several tries to maneuver my foot in, I give up in frustration. No matter what I do, I can't wear them when my feet are like this. Shoes or not, I need to get out of here before he gets back. I wrap my shoes in my sweater and hug the bundle to my chest before standing up. But standing proves to be quite the challenge. Putting the weight on my heels feels off, but I'll have to get used to it as I go. I take a step, frailing an arm around like I'm walking on a tightrope. To get any sort of balance, I wind my gyat.
My gate.
Oh!
You deserve prison. I'm gonna actually disown you as my friend.
No, bye bye. I dead ass thought it said yeah. I'm not even kidding. Oh my god.
You're you deserve prison.
Like you're one to talk.
Yeah.
To get any sort of balance, I widen my gait and take slow, small, deliberate steps towards the door. Opening it, I feel I face a much greater obstacle. Stairs. Ooh. Stairs. I'm not even out of this room, and I've already hit a snag. I almost said swag.
Twang.
What does swag stand for?
I have no clue.
Neither do I. The individual steps aren't long enough, making my toes go over the edge. The only way to get any real footing is to turn my foot sideways. I steady myself against the wall as I carefully take them one at a time. It's not fast, but it's the safest way down. Don't slip, don't slip, don't slip, don't slip. Slip. I let out the breath I've been holding halfway down as my feet finally meet stable ground again. After I look up the stairs I bested, I turn around and find myself in an timey kitchen. It's pleasant and quaint, the sunlight streaming in through the window. The sunlight streaming through the window is enough to brighten up the whole room. I find myself taking it all in. Cupboards, dining table, bench, and a wood burner oven. Everything is very well maintained, and the scene feels quite cozy. They even have a small black cauldron sitting above the fireplace. I can smell the spice rack from across the room, but my nose struggles to identify the different senses. If anything, there are too many of them. Better not try to focus on the smells right now and see what other things are here. There's a hanger above the stove with a number of dried goods like meat, yellow flowers, and I think that's garlic. They are shaped like garlic, but the color is off and the skin has an unusual sheen to it, even in the low light. At first glance, I thought I'd recognize everything, but in fact, I haven't seen most of these ingredients before, like the short blue mushrooms. There's also what looks like a bunch of red grapes with fuzzy skin, like what peaches have. And I think the green curly things are beans. The beans!
Bangs.
Beans! I shake my head, snapping out of it. I can't get distracted. The werewolf could be back any minute. I make my way to what must be the front door and pull it open. Oh god.
Hi, that is a lot of people.
Ooh boy. I'd die.
Murder. Mm.
Oh boy. I don't know what I expected. I could barely manage the talking werewolf. I'm not sure how to handle an entire town full of animal people. Maybe I should have taken a peek out of the window first. I slide back. I sigh, sidle Seidel. Take your time, Picamane. You can read. I sidle back to the living room and take a glance outside. Animals of all shapes and sizes squirrels, moose, lizard, all walking upright and dressed in medieval clothing. I'm starting to have second thoughts about running out of the door. I don't exactly blend in with what I'm wearing. One step out there, I'll stick out like a whale in the jungle. At best, they'll think I'm a weirdo. At worst, they'll hunt me down and burn me as a witch. Burn the witch! Burn the witch! But if I stay here, the big wolf will come back and ask more questions he might not like the answers to. While he did act nice to me, he's clearly fishing for something, and I'm not sure what he'll do once he has it. Getting out of here is my best bet. The sooner, the better. If I'm lucky, they might ignore me and think I'm just some weird, harmless guy. At least I hope so. Holding my bundle tightly in my arms, I ready myself for the first step out there. Well, here goes nothing. Tasty fruit. Little herbs. See, mouse, bunny, rabbit, fox. Is that a... Hold on. Is that a wolf or a boar? I don't know. Is that a wolf? Wolf? Get your fucking witches here, mate! I step out to the street, looking around in amazement at the strange place I found myself in. Small children race between the legs of their parents. A small mouse and kitten rush past me, using sticks to hit one another down the street. A number of food stalls sit across the street. Their owners shout over each other in a contest to drum up the most attention for their wares. You wanna be the baker?
Freshly baked bread right out of the oven. Come get them while they're hot. Only 2 cred.
You wanna be the fruit seller too?
Nope.
I'm doing all the talking today, otherwise.
Schizzos,
Squitzos.
cholois, marambas. You will find fruits and vegetables better than these in all of Nefort.
I was joking, you didn't have to. But that works. It's certainly an aggressive sale tactic. Do they yell like this all day? Though, with the number of people they are drawing in, I can't argue with the results. I take in a moment to get my bearings. The werewolf pointed somewhere in this direction, straight down this street. I try to appear as inconspicuous as possible, doing my best to stay out of everyone's way. However, the uneven road, when paired with my new feet, makes walking naturally impossible. Still, I can't help but take in the hustle and bustle of this town. I see some people are dressed in nice, clean clothing, while others look worn and ragged. I pass by 3 ladies standing next to one of the stalls, and their chatter emerges from the white noise of the crowd. One of them saying something like, "Sorry, that was loud."
Yeah.
Holy shit. One of them saying something like, My husband always been working horses on the farm, but now he's the size of the farm. Oh!
What the fuck?
At that, all three, are up in a piercing cackle. uh, what happened? Oh, I did a quick save. If it wasn't for all the animalistic features, they'd all pass for humans, even down to body language and how they gossip. Keeping my gaze forward to avoid eye contact, I do my best to avoid bumping into anyone, which is proven difficult because something behind me is throwing off my balance left and right. Taking a look back, I see the tail swishing like crazy. That sounds so fucking annoying. Can't you sit still for just a minute? Gosh!
Gosh. Oh,
I whispered to it, as if it could hear me. But that just made it thrash about even more. I gave up on calming it and start trudging again. My balance really could do without this tail. Reaching a crossroad, I can see the woods in the distance, down a path leading out of the village. Exiting the market, I pass a few residential-looking houses before emerging from the town. There's a nice mill house churring merrily above the stream, with a bridge beside it. Mill house. From The Simpsons? Ha ha ha. I can only hope my way back lies beyond. I just wish I had my phone right now. I just wish I had my phone right now. No one back home is gonna believe I came to a place like this. Hello.
hello.
I hurry to the bridge, almost home free. When my footing fails me and I fall into someone green. When I push myself off him, I feel that his skin is ice cold to the touch. It's a turtle, carrying a big shell behind his back. He's just a little shorter than me. My. Uh, Fuck!
Bless you.
Thank you. My eyes shoot down to his left arm, or lack thereof. The sleeve is tied into a knot where an arm should have been. Looking back at his face, he is scowling at me. The fury. The furrows on his brow are obvious that as a scar on his left eye. Sorry! I stare at the ground, giving him a weak apology. I hurry up across the bridge, half jogging, half waddling. Then he waddled away, waddle, till the very next
Waddle,
day.
waddle away.
Anything to get away from this awkward moment. I'd do the same. It took longer than I liked, but eventually the village is out of sight, and I'm finally alone again. I take a deep breath, loosening my grip on the bundle in my arms. I don't know how many of them took note of me, but I really don't care at this point. I got out of there, and I'm never going back. I focus on the ground and mind on my footing as I meander forward. The tail has mostly calmed down, making the walk much easier for me. Soon enough, I met with familiar scenery. The field of yellow grain, the stone wall, the rotten fence. It's all here. This is where I last saw that fox guy. who I now know wasn't just some guy in a costume. I was chasing after a real, walking, talking, clothes wearing fox. If I had known this, I wouldn't have chased him. For all I know, he couldn't have bitten me when he had the chance. I guess I should be glad he didn't attack me back then. Water.
Water.
I've been through this way twice now, so I recognize the trees. This is around the spot I lost sight of him, so I must be close. Most of these trees are the same as the ones back home, but that one twisting on itself with purple leaves is something I've never seen before. I don't know if I think I've seen there are some trees that twist and turn here in my village, but there's also a tree that has, I want to say, like dark violet colored leaves. It's really cool. Trees are amazing. Getting farther into the woods, where I will go, into the woods where I will be. Getting farther into the woods, I catch a sight of a small stone trail leading off the main road. This has to be the way back to the cave. After a minute of maneuvering around bush and other overgrown on the trail, I arrive back at the opening of the cave. The tree has partially destroyed the top of the entryway, prying apart the stonework and crumbling what's left of the pillars. I can see why the big werewolf said people don't go here. The entrance on my side is much less ominous compared to this one. I feel a bit scared to walk through it, but it's the only way back home as far as I know of. As I make my way through the tunnel, I realize how much more spacious this side is compared to my end. I can easily walk upright, which I didn't really take notice when sprinting through it the first time. The air is still heavy and cold, so at least that hasn't changed. Tree.
I love tree.
I love tree too. The tunnel opens out, and I feel a wave of relief as I see the big red tree. I've never been happier to see my old tree than I am now. But it's strange coming in from this side of the cave. I make a beeline through the clearing, passing the tree, towards where the tunnel home should be, ignoring my backpack laying by the tree. But the tunnel isn't there. Where? How? I drop my sweater and shoes, pressing my hand against where the exit should be. Feeling around, there's just a solid wall. Was there a cave in? I look around for any sign of collapse, but the wall looks like it's looked like there was. But the wall looks like there never was a tunnel to begin with. I give a test knocking, hoping that maybe it's hollow. A fake wall, but no dice. Another wave of panic starts to wash over me. I pound my fist against the stone, but nothing changes. Nothing budge. Let me out of here! Let me out of here!
Let me out of there.
Oh my god. Sorry, Aaron. We're back. I don't understand what's going on, but I can't just stop here. I keep pounding the wall, shouting even louder. Let me out! But nothing changes. The wall stands firm. All that changed is that now my hand is in pain from punching solid rock. I grab a heavy stone from the ground and hurl at the wall with everything I've got. My yell echoes through the cave, as does the heavy clunk of the rock hitting the wall. Nothing. There's nothing but an impenetrable rock wall. I'm so confused. Am I even in the right cave? I can obviously see that everything is how it's supposed to be. The tree, the lake, the vines hanging down. Everything is as it should be. This is my cave. Except the tunnel switched? Why? How? If everything else is the same, why did the old tunnel just disappear? My head is spinning. I'm too overwhelmed to make any sense of it all. Feeling lightheaded, I move back to the tree and sit against its trunk. I pull my knees to my chest, my body heavy with defeat. I would also do fetal position. I would have a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Poor Aron. I stare off into the water, fighting off the waves of emotion that have been building up. The only thing I can think of is that if the tunnel switch places once, maybe they can switch again. Maybe if I just wait, it's bound to go back to how it used to be. "11 days pass."
No. I think what passes is the episode.
Not quite yet.
Oh, damn it.
Bro! You can never predict my my endings.
No, you can predict mine, which is annoying.
You can't predict, huh?
But you can predict mine, which is annoying.
Oh yeah. Get good.
You're gay.
It takes one to know one.
Yeah, you are correct.
Nothing's changed. It's been hours now, but the new tunnel is still there, and the old one still isn't. I adjust my sitting again. Been sitting here for so long that my butt's starting to feel sore. Damn. I just have to wait here until it turns back to the way it was. It's going to. It has to. Looking through the big hole above me, I watch the sky dim with the pink and yellow hues. It can't be long before it gets dark. I fucking love the evenings, man. It's so fucking pretty. I prefer evenings and maybe mornings over the over daytime and sometimes even nighttime. I like it so much more. The air is cooler, the sky is pretty. At least when it's like no, at least when there's like no clouds. Like, mm, I love it. I love this color scheme. It's my favorite. I love it so much. What should I do if the old tunnel doesn't come back soon? Should I keep waiting? I'm scared that if I leave, I'll miss my chance. Gurgle. Man, I'm hungry. Wish I had brought that baguette from the convenience store before coming to the cave in the first time, or grabbed something to eat before leaving the house. Got nothing but my notebook and pencil case in my backpack. Well, there were those blue mushrooms in the wolf's kitchen. If they're edible, I might be able to find some in the woods. Hey, maybe don't. Maybe don't. Uh,
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not get ourselves food poisoning first day that we're here.
I wouldn't say food poisoning. I would just say poison, poison. And like, I feel like if you know nothing about, mushrooms in general or mushrooms in general, you shouldn't like pick and eat like a mushroom that you don't recognize, even if it looks similar to ones you know. It might not be the smartest thing. And
Yeah.
the water in here is clear, so it should be safe for me to drink it. Probably. Mm, if you can, at least boil it, or at least filter it. I don't know, something. It's not exactly an ideal plan, but it's not like I've got many other options right now. Thinking hard about what to do, I spend my time exploring this body, mostly my face, being all alien to me now. My nose and chins are abnormally large and fuzzy, with whiskers twitching as they brush against my furry head. I move my hands up to my head and feel my big rounded ears. I give them both a gentle tug to see if they're really attached to my head. Taking a look at my hands again, I inspect the pads on my fingertips and palm. I still can't believe my body changed like this. No matter how much I stare at them, it just doesn't fully sink in. Footsteps. And that's the end of the episode.
You bitch. Yeah, I thought so.
Ha ha
I
ha.
was like, oh, he didn't change on the different day. Okay, so it's gonna be here. God damn you.
Anywho, um, if you want to see more of my stuff, you can check out some my other playlist in my channel. Or if that's not good enough for you, why don't you check out Will's channel?
Where all the content on my channel are episodes like this. So if this type of video is your style, you can go over to my channel to keep you entertained for a few days more.
Yeah, and as always, I hope you have a lovely night or day, and everything will be linked down below. So, yeah. Fuck. Bye. Bye bye. Say bye bye, Willie. No.
Bye bye.